A very good morning and welcome to this Monday session of Yoga Live. Come to sit comfortably, sit tall, lift the sides of the trunk. See that your foundation, your legs and your hips are firmly supported on the floor. Move the lower shoulder blade into the body. Spread the chin. Take the arms up to the side. Turn the palms to face up. Breathe in to raise up the arms. Join the base of the palms together. Stretch up the armpits. Join the palms, join the fingers. And slowly release your hands. Place your thumbs in front of the sternum and the other four fingers away. We begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. 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 Release your hands. Open your eyes. Roll the shoulders back. Feel the release in the area of the shoulders. Breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Feel the length in the cervical spine. Once again, breathing in, raise up the head, take the head all the way back. Breathing out, release the chin to the chest. Keep the chin there. Take a few breaths in. Good. Can you lift your ears away from the shoulders? Place your fingertips on the floor to support the trunk. Stretch out the legs and change the crossing of the legs. Shoulders back. Draw the elbows towards the trunk, move the sternum forward and look. As you breathe out, tuck the chin in, take the navel back, take the sternum back. Breathe in forward and up. Breathing out, tuck the chin under and go back. Use your arms as levers, bend the elbows as you come forward again, breathing in. Straighten the arms as you go back. Shoulders back as you move forward. Straighten the arms as you take the chest back. One more time, roll the shoulders back as you move forward, move the sternum forward and look up. Straighten the arms, stretch back and come back to center. Interlace your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. A full stretch, lift the armpit. Stretch the elbows, stretch the wrist, soften the abdomen, move the navel back. Feel the length of both the right side and the left side as you lift the trunk out of the hips. Move the navel back. Move the abdominal organs in and up. And stretch the armpits. Press the buttock down to lift the trunk. Breathe out and release. Change the bind of your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Stretch the arms out front, breathing in, raise up the arms, upper arms in line with the ear. Stretch the palms, stretch the fingers, stretch the armpit and the wrists. Soften the abdomen. Move the abdominal organs back and stretch out. Lift the trunk out of the hips. Press the buttocks firmly on the support and stretch out. Breathe out. Release your hands. Roll the shoulders back. Take the right hand behind you. Take your left hand over the right knee. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen to twist. Shoulder blades in, choke with the chest. Move the right shoulder blade into the body, left shoulder blade away from you. Look over your shoulder. And now stay in the pose. Focus on your breath. Gentle twisting action of the spine. Gaze forward. Release your hand. And take your left hand behind you in line with the spine. Your right hand over the left knee. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen to twist. Look over your left shoulder. Right shoulder blade into the body, the left shoulder blade away from you. Fix the shoulder blades to fix the pose, soften the abdomen, and take a few breaths in the pose. Okay, forward. Release your fingertips. Press your fingertips on the floor in front of you. And the work here is to push the buttock down. Walk the fingers forward and push the buttock down. Once you fix the buttock to the mat, lift the sternum and look up. Buttock goes down, lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum away from the floor. There's a gentle arch in the lower back as you stretch the front leg. Walk the hands further forward and do the same. Press the fingers down to push the buttock back. Lift the sternum, lift the navel away from the floor and look up. Your hands back. So you'll find that there's a lengthening of the trunk away from the hips. The distance between the armpits and the hips increase, but there's a dual action. The buttock goes down and the armpits rise, creating an openness in the area. Roll the shoulders back, stretch out the leg. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Pull the buttock down. Press on your fingertips or your palms. Buttock moves down. Sternum moves up and the navel moves up and look up. The thighs down, heels away from you, keep the feet active. Press the buttock down and lift the trunk out of the hips. Gaze forward. Fold the legs in for Baddha Konasana. Hold on to your ankles. Move the knees down. Press the thighs down. Lengthen from the inner groin to the inner knee. Take the knee down and fix the buttock. Once you fix the buttock and the sitting bones, lift the trunk out of the hips. Move the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum away from the navel. Broaden across the collarbones. So feel the openness in the pelvic area as you lift the trunk. The knees move down, the thighs lengthen across from the inner groin to the inner knee and lift the trunk. Spend a few moments here. Thighs move down, buttock is fixed, trunk moves up. Hold on to your right big toe. Stretch out the legs. Onto the left big toe, stretch out the legs. If you cannot reach your toes, hold on to your shin, the ankle, it's fine. Now push the thighs down, fix the buttock, lift the navel, lift the sternum and keep pressing the thighs down, open the backs of the knees. Move the shoulder blades into the body and stay there. Release your gaze forward, release your hands, and fold in your left leg, right leg away from you. This knee lengthens away from you. This entire leg lengthens away from you. So feel the knees moving away from the hips, creating space for the trunk to lift. Place your fingertips behind you and lift the trunk. The thigh moves down. The bent knee moves away from you. The straight knee presses down and moves away from you, and lift the trunk. From here, interlace your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you, raise up the arms. Press the buttocks down, press the thighs down to lift the trunk. The groins are fixed and you're lifting out of the hips. Take a few breaths in the pose. Lower trunk moves down to fix you, upper trunk lifts to create freedom. Release your hands and change legs. Left leg straight, right leg in. Raise up the arms, place your fingertips on the floor behind you. Lengthen the right leg, the knee of the right leg away from you. The left leg is straight, move it away from you. Both thighs press down, move the navel away from the floor, move the sternum away from the navel and lift the trunk. Dual action once again, thighs move down, trunk. Interlace your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Press your thighs down, fix the buttock and lift the trunk. Dual action once again. Freedom in the trunk. Legs are actively pressing down to give you the extension. And focus on your breath. Your hands. Straighten both the legs in front of you. Legs are hip width apart. Move your heels away from you, toes towards you, roll the shoulders back. Toes forward. Feel the activation on the top of the leg. Move the heels away from you, feel the activation at the back of the legs. One more time, stretch the toes forward, stay there. Gaps down towards the floor. Now move your heels away from you, toes towards you. Open the backs of the legs and feel the extension. Roll the shoulders back. Keep the legs straight. Push the thigh down. Interlace your fingers. Rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Push the thigh down. Lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the sternum away from the navel. And stretch the armpit. Stretch the elbows, stretch the palms as you lift the trunk. The thighs move down and the trunk moves up. Use your hands, holding your legs once again. Place your fingertips in front of the knees. Walk your hands forward. Push the thighs back. Push the buttock back. Push the groins back. And lift the trunk. Fix the base and lift the trunk. Your hands further forward. Press your fingers down to move the buttock back. Lift the navel away from the hip. Lift the sternum away from the navel and hands and stand with your feet hip width apart. Place your hands on your hips, roll the shoulders back. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Full extension. Soften the abdomen, the navel goes back. As you breathe out, bend the knees, descend the hips. Move the hips down, move the buttocks down, but stretch the trunk away from it. This is the principle of Utkatasana, the chair pose. Breathe in to come up, breathe out and release your hands. So once again, a dual action. The buttock moves down, the hip moves down, the knees move down. At the same time, there's a lift in the trunk. Breathe in, raise up the arms, a full extension from the hip to the armpit. Press your feet down. Now breathe in to lift the trunk. Breathe out, bend the knees and descend the hips. Feel the groins moving down, feel the buttocks moving down, feel the thighs moving down. Once you've anchored them, stretch out of the hips, lift the navel, lift the sternum and stretch up. Breathe in to come up, breathe out and release your hands. So understand the dual action. Last one, breathe in, raise up the arms. A full extension from the hip to the armpit, from the armpit to the wrist. Maintain this extension, breathe in. As you breathe out, bend the knees. Fix the knees, fix the hip. Fix the groins and now lift out of the hips and stretch up. Stay there for a few breaths. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release your hands. Step your feet apart. Press your feet down, all 10 toes facing forward. Move your thighs back, roll the shoulders back. Draw your elbows towards each other to open the chest. Now placing your hands on your hips, lift the shoulders away from the hips is this action. You will find that there's natural day collapse. Hold on to your hips. Move your thighs back to fix the hips. Holding onto your hips, lift the armpits away. Lift the armpits and feel the length in the side of the trunk as you lift. Fix the hips and lift the shoulders. Lift the armpits. Roll the shoulders back. From here, turn your right leg out, left leg in. Keep the hip and trunk facing forward. Raise up the right arm, full stretch on the right side. As you breathe out, reach across. Place your hand wherever you can reach, on the shin or the ankle. Move the trunk to face forward. Keeping your left hand on the hip, can you lengthen the trunk away from the hip? Fix the thighs, fix the hip and create a length in the side body as you extend the armpits away and take up your arm. Vertical lift of the arms and there's a horizontal extension of the trunk, but move the trunk away from the hips. Feel that length. Stay there and breathe. Come up. Place your hands on your hips. Turn your feet to face forward. And left leg out, right leg in. Turn the hip and trunk to face forward. Now feel the extension of the sides of the trunk. Roll out the thighs to fix the hip, the navel facing forward, the sternum facing forward. Raise up the left arm. And now reach. Maintain this extension of the left side as you go down. Release your hand onto your shin or your ankle wherever it can reach. Revolve the trunk to face forward. Extend the trunk out of the hips. Fix the hips. And now take up the right arm. Feel the vertical extension of the spine, fix those shoulder blades. Feel the horizontal extension of the spine away from the hips. Maintain a length in the side body. Turn your feet to face forward. Bind your hands behind you, roll the shoulders back. Lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum. Fix the thighs, push the thighs back and look up. Maintaining this extension and this concave back, reach forward, maintain the length of the sides of the trunk and stretch forward. Move the buttock back, once again a dual action. Buttock move back, fix the hips, And lengthen the navel away from the hips. Lengthen the sternum away from the navel, creating a lengthened spine. Breathe in. Change the bind of your hands. Roll the shoulders back. The focus here is to lift the sides of the trunk and the extension of the armpits away from the hips. Breathe in and lift. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips, forward. Lengthen the sternum away, the navel away from the hips. Move the buttock away from you. Move the buttock to the wall behind you and lengthen the sternum to the front of you. Fix the thighs, fix the legs. Press the feet down, lock the thighs. Open the backs of the knees to fix the hips and extend forward. Breathe in. Up. Release your hands onto your hips. Toe heel. Walk your feet 6 foot apart. Interlace your fingers once again. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arm. Extension. Take the upper arm slightly behind the ear. And as you breathe out, hinge at hips, forward. Now move the buttock up, fix the hips, and stretch the trunk down away from the hip. Breathe in to come up. Release your hands. And change the bind of your fingers. Rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathing in, raise up the arm. So you're going to actually fold from the groin area. Breathing in, stretch up, stretch the armpit. Maintain the stretch of the armpit, fix the upper arm in line with the ear. Breathe in, lift the sternum. As you breathe out, hinge at the hips and fold forward. As you go down, lift the groins and stretch the trunk away from the hip. Move the weight of the palms down towards the floor as you stretch. Breathe in to come up. And release your hands onto your hips. Roll the shoulders back. Roll the shoulders back and come to kneel. Come to kneel on your mat. Once again, you're going to fix the hip, fix the buttock, place your fingertips in front of you, move the buttock down and lift the trunk. Move the lower shoulder blade, body, soften the abdomen. Press your fingertips down and look. Walk your hands further forward. Spread the fingers, spread the palms. Now once again, move the buttock away from you. Fix the groins, fix the thighs. The firmness in the legs. Walk your hands further forward. Press your fingers down, press your palms down to move the buttock back. Keep stretching forward. And release your elbows to the floor. Press the entire forearm down and move the trunk back to take the buttock back. Look forward, walk your hands forward. You can come out to your fingertips if it's fine. Look forward but move the buttock back. Release your palm, release your forearm and release the head. Maintain the length of the abdomen as you lengthen the navel away from the floor. Lengthen the sternum away from the hip. Walk your hands forward. Maintain the length of the trunk. Keep moving the buttock back onto the heel. And now release your front body, release your back body. Come onto your knees. Spread the palms, spread the fingers. Lift the hips, keep the knees bent and stretch the buttock away from the hips. Stretch the hips away from the armpits and stretch the armpits away from the wrist. There is a full extension of the trunk. The hip moves back. The sternum moves forward. And release. Come down. Once again, sit back in child's pose, buttock on the heel, press your fingers down to move the buttock back, walk your hand forward, move the buttock back, stretch the arms, look forward, cup your fingers. There's a length from the navel to the sternum. As we release the forearm, release the forehead. Forearm should actively move the buttock back. Rest the front of the body and feel the back body release the front body as you release. So just the exhalation. Walk your hand back and come to lie flat on your back. Lift the knees up and the feet flat on the floor. The thumbs, move the groin and move the thighs slightly away from you. Feel the length on the trunk, walk your shoulders away and stretch out your legs. Roll the thighs away from you, soften the abdomen. Feel the length of the spine and the length of the side body. Both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up the right arm all the way past the right ear. Roll over onto your rising side. And press to calf. Trunk out of the hip, firm up the buttocks. Join your palms together. Go long, deep breath in. And as you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. As you breathe in, slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and open the eyes. Today, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you.